with the addition of the brand new All Attribute Legendary Scrolls in Summoner's War, I thought today would be a great opportunity to compare the rates for LD4s and LD5s in Summoner's War from the new scroll and the regular LD scrolls to the LD ML, right? Moonlight or LD, Light Dark. 4 and 5 stars in Epic 7 from the ML bookmarks, and also the Mystic Metal. So I did a little, I want to say I did a little digging. I didn't really do too much of a digging. All the rates are actually in the game, so I didn't have to really do too much aside from just put them next to each other and have people's eyes bug out when they realize that, because a lot of people don't realize that the rates are different, so different from game to game, as well as the rates of the new all attribute legendaries in Summoner's War are actually much worse than they. I tried doing another video explaining on the other channel to explain that the rates really aren't that good from them. By the way, guys, this is the second channel, youtube.com/Bagelmon is what you're watching this on right now. If you would like to subscribe and you aren't already, then please feel free to subscribe. But let's take a look at the actual rates. I just wanted to mention, because you guys might think you're watching this on the other one, on the other YouTube channel. But anyway, here are the actual rates side by side of LDs, All Tribute Legendaries, ML bookmarks, and then the Mystic Metal. Excuse me, I think I like half burped or whatever. For 3 stars, 93.65% chance of getting that from LD Scrolls in Summoner's War. It's basically just all of them. Can we just basically say this is all of them? For the All Tribute Legendaries, it's a legendary, so there's none, right? You're gonna get some, wind and fire and water 4 stars and stuff like that, but there's no 3 stars. There's no LD 3 stars. For Mystic Metals, 70% chance, right? So that means 30% of the time you're getting something that is not a 3 star, right? From these MLs. If you guys are not familiar with Epic 7 with the ML bookmarks, it's basically just like LD Scrolls. It's just way better rates. But I shouldn't say that. I should let you guys come to your own conclusion. But I think you guys are already getting ahead of me with with looking at the numbers. Then we have the Mystic Metals, which is basically like the equivalent of Summon Stones ish in Summoner's War. Kind of more on the lines of this now, but it's Summon Stones equivalent because it's a limited rotation, right? But you can get LDs from here. You can't get LDs from Summon Stones. That's why we're not comparing those two to those. So there are no, I don't think, let me be real, I have not checked every single rotation of the Mystic Metals to see if there's LD3. I felt like there were in the past, but I really, honestly, I'm not even paying attention to the 3s. I'm just paying attention to, like, did we get an ML4? Did we get an ML5? No, then I don't really care. Or did we get any 4 or 5 stars? I'm not paying attention really to too much to what 3 stars specifically we're getting with these. So I didn't see any on this rotation. I'm not sure if they were ever in any previously, but yeah. Also, there's so many different games. It's hard to keep track of all different games I'm playing. Anyway, moving on from the 3 stars to 4 stars. We have 6% chance to get them from, half the time it's Hall of Heroes as well, 6% chance to get them from LDs in Summoner's War, 7.5% chance to get them from All Tribute Legendaries. It's so close, guys, it's really so close between the 6 and the 7.5. These, if you're thinking of getting like an LD4, you really have barely a better chance. It's a little bit better, but it's barely better chance. As far as Epic 7, 27.5. It's a massive difference. It's a massive, massive, massive difference to getting a 4 star from these in Epic 7 versus in Summoner's War. And like I said, these are the equivalent of each other, right? These are the LD scrolls of Epic 7. So for a 6% versus 27% is an astronomical difference. I cannot even say that anymore. It is a massive, massive, massive difference. There's no comparison at all. 0.9. There's only 1 4-star in the rotation for these Mystic Metals. Again, it's like Summon Stones, so it's just a small chance because it's not a pool of like a bunch of different 4 stars. It's just the one 4-star. Then we have, so the clear winner here is the ML bookmarks here. Then we have 5 stars. What game is the best at giving you guys 5 stars from you're like, we already skipped down to the end of the little list, Bagel. We already know. We already see and we're already pissed off. Okay, so LD Scrolls Summoners War 0.35% chance. That is like roughly 1 in 300, right? It's it's just a little bit better with the All Attribute Legendary 0.4%. I'm not making these up. These are actually the rates in the games. 0.4% chance to get an LD5 from an All Attribute Legendary, which everyone's thinking that this is like an LD Legendary. It's really not. It's really a normal Legendary that kind of little squeeze of LDs here and there in it. Again, not really that crazy. 2.5% chance from Epic 7 ML bookmarks, which is absolutely, I mean, it's a small chance, right? It's still a small chance, but just the fact that it's 2.5 is what's 8 times the chance of the LT Scrolls in Summoner War? 8 times the chance. That's why people actually have, well, at this point, 7 years later, people actually have LDs and LD5s and Summoners War as well. But that's why you go look at Epic 7 accounts and they're like, oh man, they must be a whale. They got like a lot more ML5s than Summoners War has LD5s. It's like, no, the rates are better. That's why they have those. And then Mystic Metals is 0.625% chance of that. So still even better than the but it's only one unit. But you could just summon on whatever unit you want for the rotation. So it's still even better than LDs and all tribute legendaries in Summoner's War. And you can just hold all your Mystic Metals until whatever rotation you want has the LD you want. Like if you want like RB or you want Ruel or whatever, you could just wait for those specific ones. Then we have at the very end we have Pity. We already know the answers to these, right? No pities on LD Scrolls. No pities on. There used to be there's pities in other games too. I don't know why. There's like pities in Genshin. There's pities in Onmyoji. Onmyoji. It was Onmyoji is the name of the game. Onmyoji is the things in Summoners War. It's the same thing. They're just spelled a little bit differently. But Onmyoji was a game. It still is a game. It's still out, right? It also has a MOBA version of it. Anyway, that's besides the point. There's no pities. And then there's a pity here for 200 for getting the ML5 that you want from Mystic Metals. So I thought that this would be eye-opening for a lot of you, a lot of Summoners War players that don't... on this channel, there's less Epic 7 players that don't play Summoners War, like most of the Epic 7 players that are subscribed here, they like already have seen Summoners War, have played Summoners War, they already know what I'm talking about there. But for a lot of the Summoners War players that really haven't even tried out Epic 7, they don't know the rates, and they're probably like jaw drop right now. They're like, I can't believe these rates are so massively different. So I just thought it'd be interesting for a lot of the people that don't already know the rates are a massive difference in both games, and that's why you look at the Epic 7 accounts and you're like, they have much better summon, they have much better units just overall. They have much better units, they have much more units. It's the pity system too, because they have pities on regulars. Regular summons as well. They have the banner pities. But anyway, let's go. We have a couple summons now. It's not anything too crazy. So let's go do those. It's really eye-opening, isn't it? It's really such a drastic difference. For those of you that aren't already familiar with the rates in both of those games compared to each other, if this is the first time you're seeing it, you're like, it's a pretty drastic difference. 27.5% chance from those ML bookmarks for a Nat 4, and then 2.5% chance for it. It's still a low chance for a Nat 5, right? But 2.5 compared to 0.35 is, it's like 8 times. It's like 8 times the rates to get you can actually get one in Epic 7. It's basically, I mean, it's not easy, but you can actually get one. Where in Summoners War, it's like people have been playing for 5, 6, 7 years. They're like, I don't have one. Also, in addition to that, we got these as well. In addition to that, we do also have, let me collect, I like to collect all these even when I don't need them. We do have, no, not this. I want to collect all these anyway. This is some kind of compensation. I don't even actually, to be honest, I don't actually know what this is compensation for, but I'm scared to know. This is a 5-star hero summon ticket. We get these every so often. Let's take a look at what we actually get from this one. This is, oh, we already have her. Okay, so we're just that's gonna be a skill up for one that we already have. I gotta show you guys. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it, but she finally came home. I never got one the first time. I didn't have enough to summon for the SS. Or I did have. I thought I had a lot, right? The first time she came around, and I was like, look at all these. Look, like seriously, look at all these. Just nat 5, nat 5, nat 5, nat 5, nat 5. Finally, here's the kicker. Here's the best part about this whole thing, is that got the first one, because the first time she came around, I think I had like 100 or something. Like I almost pitied, right? Because it's 121 club. At a certain point, 120 at the 121st summon, you're guaranteed to get the unit as long as you're summoning on the banner, right? I mean, if you're not summoning on the banner, then you're not guaranteed to get anything. But I didn't have, for whatever reason, like maybe there was a super good other banner before her, like the first time she came around, and I was like, I didn't wind up getting her or whatever. Whatever the case was, I never got her, and I was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And this time, I also did not have very many summons to do this time around. Finally got her. But you know the kicker though, right? I think some of you might see like the little sliver, like the 5 pixels that you can actually see. Right after we get the first one, we get a second one. It's like a couple summons, like not even like a lot. It was like I was just like, hey, we may as well do it on the banner. Why not get a second one? So anyway, but yeah, these are just the dupes, guys. These are just dupe ones that. It's ridiculous, and I'm not a whale, and I don't even remember the last time I spent money in Epic 7. No, I got a $5 something 3 months ago, and then after that, it's been a while since I spent money after that. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. We got a couple summons. I don't even know why I'm still talking, to be honest. We also have, so we got that, and we have a couple Covenant summons. I think we have an Elemental summon from here, from like World Boss or whatever. So let's do one of these. We'll see what we get. And then we have our 10 daily summons, because I think we have a week of 10 summons a day for free. And then we have that, and my Sea Armin is already maxed up, so we don't have to worry too much about that. And then these are the Mystic summons. Like I said, there's this is the 4-star, the LD4, and then this is the LD5 that we have in this rotation. And then we could also get the artifacts, but no one wants those. And then we get these free ones. We can't even do... I don't think we can do a 10 pull on these free ones, can we? I don't think so. I think we gotta do them one by one. Nice! I got 4 MLs so far. I don't even... Oh! Are we... Is he maxed? Or not? We may or may not need Sculpts for Furious. I'm not entirely sure if he's maxed or not. But yeah, I don't think we really used Operator Cigarette too much. That was the latest. That was the latest one. I use ML Haste for dungeon farming, but I use ML Haste. Basically a cheat code. So let's see if we get anything good from it. Just artifact. Andre and his crossbow. And then we have 2 MLs, which we're not. I mean, not two MLs. We don't have 2 MLs. We have 2 Mystics. So I know we're not going to get anything from these. And then the next one, but at least we got SSB. All I care about is the SSB. So we're good. And then we actually wound up getting... I mean, it's a Nat 5 that we got from the compensation for whatever. But I didn't take a look at the notes of what it was actually compensation for. But, yeah, at least we got the SSBs. You guys are like, we don't really care about you summoning SSBs. Yeah, but I care about summoning SSBs. So, anyway, I'm going to go work on her a little bit more. That's it for this one. Just thought you guys... I thought you guys would get a kick out of the... if you haven't already seen them. If you have already seen them, then you knew this for a while, I'm sure. But if you haven't already seen the rates of the LD5s in Summoner's War for summoning, and then the ML5s in Epic 7, like, just eye-opening, right? Before I forget, if you guys didn't already see the other video, there is also ML5s that they're giving away, and you have to choose one of them. You don't get all of the ML5s, But there is also the Moonlight's Blessing in Epic 7 where everyone gets a guaranteed ML5 of your choice in this game. Again, no comparison, no comparison. Come to us, step up. They won't step up their game, but I want to try to do as much as I can to put pressure on them to give more to the community, because I feel like there's so many other mobile games that are trying to give more and give more and give more that I think it's time for Come to us to step up their game. Anyway, that's it for this one. I'm really leaving this time. I'll see you as always. Have a good day. I'll see you as always in the next one.